Support for the Leadoff on WGLT and WGLT.org comes from the Central Illinois Regional Airport, offering seasonal nonstop service to Denver. Outdoor concerts, hiking, and more activities in the Mile High City are one flight away on Frontier Airlines. Close, convenient, Sierra. More at CIRA.com.
McLean County's regional planners are plotting their next move with a new housing recovery blueprint. That's one of the things you need to know to start your day for Wednesday, May 15th. I'm Ryan Denham, and this is WGLT's The Leadoff. Now let's lead off with the McLean County Regional Planning Commission moving to put its housing recovery plan into practice. WGLT's Charlie Schlenker has more.
After briefing the Bloomington and Normal councils and soon the county board, Commission Director Ray Lai says they will set up an implementation committee formed with more than just government stakeholders.
Also members, from different sectors that are housing related. Probably looking at some of the nonprofits, the Housing Coalition, and on the realtors sides, and maybe the developers.
He says school districts and major employers should also be at the table. Lai says both councils are showing interest in addressing housing issues. The Regional Planning Commission is a planning body. Implementation requires execution and money. He says it's still open how the various government entities will parcel out costs, authority, and members of the committee.
Yeah, it's a very good question. That's why we looking forward to have more conversations, just see how it should be set up.
Lai says the recovery plan also includes creating overlay areas to allow mixed kinds of housing and areas in which affordable housing construction can receive incentives, which the city and town will decide.
We have done research that we have also shared the findings and recommendations with them. We would think that they take those into consideration because when they do their own due diligence, we have the common goal is whatever works, for the betterment of the community.
Lai says the community should also look for grants and loans to speed up creation of more housing. For The Leadoff, I'm Charlie Schlenker.
Here's some other stories we're following in the WGLT newsroom. Illinois Republicans are backing a lawsuit against a new law that they say illegally blocks ballot access. That law eliminates the ability of political parties to slate candidates for the general election if no one ran in the primary. The McLean County Jury Commission says recent jurors have been the targets of phone scammers who threaten legal action if you don't release personal and credit card information. Those scammers have been posing as members of the Jury Commission. And the Bloomington Normal YMCA and the Red Cross are pushing for drowning prevention and safety around water as summer nears. They're encouraging people to consider learn-to-swim lessons and other online water competency resources. You can find more on these stories at WGLT.org. A growing business is looking to ease the pain of closing grocery stores in rural communities. Reporter Colin Shope takes you to Benson, Illinois, about 30 miles north of Bloomington Normal.
Lauren Reedy remembers walking rows of corn and soybeans on her grandfather's farm outside of Benson, Illinois, and being confused that she couldn't grab and eat fresh produce off the stalk.
I just thought, okay, when I get a chance to steward, I really want to grow food that I can eat. I can pluck it, I can grab it out of the ground, and I can feed myself, I could feed my family.
Now, Reedy's sister, Corey Scott, lives on that farm with her family. Together, they've made several acres surrounding the farmhouse a flourishing field of elderberries, asparagus, beets, potatoes, carrots, and more. Here's Scott.
We again, intentionally planted a lot of products that we knew we could kind of bulk harvest, things that all come due at the same time. Potatoes are ready to harvest all at the same time. Beets, same thing. We don't grow tomatoes that require daily tending and harvesting.
There's a few reasons for this. First, the farm is almost entirely staffed by family, with just one part-time staff member. Second, they're growing for more than just the family. They're growing produce for the surrounding communities. Together, Scott and Reedy run Farm Family Foods, an online marketplace of produce, meat, dairy, soaps, and more, with weekly pickup locations scattered across central Illinois. Grocery stores are closing in nearby communities like Roanoke, and the nearest options end up being a 40-minute drive away or further.
For folks to have to drive weekly so far to get the basics, it feels almost unfair. Like there's gotta be a better way.
It's important to the sisters that the rural communities have access to fresh types of produce they may not choose to buy during weekly grocery runs. Scott also points out potential health benefits.
We've got a lot of doctors, nurse practitioners, nurses who are all saying, I'm recommending my patients come buy their groceries from you because I know it is it's better for their health. And so that's a really cool thing. And it's like an added bonus to what we're offering, right?
Of course, not all of these products are coming from that one family farm. Since starting online sales last year, Corey Scott and Lauren Reedy have partnered with around 20 farms and a few small businesses in a 40-mile radius to sell their products. They're also members of a Fairbury-based farmer-to-farmer marketing and delivery service called Down at the Farms. They cite the group's co-founder, Marty Travis, as a mentor and inspiration for farm family foods. Travis says the group sweeps business and distribution issues out of the way and lets farmers do what they do best for as many people as possible.
Everybody is really, really committed to providing the absolute best quality that they can. And this is an experience that we continue to have opportunities to grow.
Back in Benson, Farm Family Foods is pursuing their biggest opportunity to grow yet, a brick and mortar grocery store. Scott and Reedy acquired a building that was a downtown Benson grocery store decades ago in a tax auction last year. Since then, Reedy says they put well over $100,000 into bringing it back to its former glory, including a new mural of Benson landmarks.
And we're not halfway yet. So we've kind of just been bootstrapping it and still hoping for some other grant opportunities. And we'll see where that heads.
Scott says the interest is growing all the time.
Every week we're getting inquiries from other small towns that are saying, well, hey, what about Toluca? What about Minonk? What about El Paso? So it's really cool to see the attention is growing and people are asking for it.
The goal is to have the store in Benson open with additional staff later this year. They'll continue the online model and weekly pickups as well. I'm Colin Shope.
Before we let you go, come visit WGLT staff today at the McLean County Chamber of Commerce Twin Cities Showcase. It's from 10 to 1:30 at ISU's Bone Student Center. It's free and open to all. And that's it for today. I'm Ryan Denham. You can subscribe to the Leadoff on the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts.